Jay Grace from the Gravedigger Report. Here we are with Anim Dankwah. What's going on, my man? How's everything?
Good, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Anim, man, last time I seen you, man, we were in North Carolina Central, man, 2023 in the fall. And I know you just finished up, with the Celebration Bowl. I know that you guys did come up favorable against FAMU. As of right now in 2024, you're actually an NFL prospect. And when I say that your name is buzzing, your name is buzzing. Currently, you just went ahead and completed the East-West Shrine. And what is taking place with you, my man? How's everything going?
Yeah, everything's been good, man. Just like you said, finished up with the shrine. Before that, finished up with Celebration Bowl, and
Right.
headed to training down here in Miami.
Mhm.
Everything's been great. Good experiences, met a lot of good people. Had a lot of great times. And the most important thing is I've progressed a lot as an athlete. After playing a long season, gotta do a lot of rehab and get healthy. Celebration Bowl, leading up from the Celebration Bowl, it was kind of like, damn, man, came up short, but like one door closes, another one opens. Kind of led into, going to the shrine, getting combine and everybody. So just that's been really good.
Exactly. So, what is the mindset as of right now? Like you stated, you just went ahead and you finished up this, the Celebration Bowl, and now it's kind of like we go directly into the mindset of being an amateur, and now we're actually turning pro. Amateur, pro, being part of the collegiate, now being a part of, you know what? I want to be a part of an NFL roster, or I want to be a part of a developmental league. However, for yourself, decide that you are 6'8", 6'9", 340 pounds. However, I can say the last time I seen you, and currently as of right now, it seems like you're getting into the best shape of your life. So, what does that mindset look like as far as turning pro and being able to say, you know what, I will be on the roster in the spring?
Yeah, you always want to put yourself in the best spot possible, and I knew, like, especially when college was over, that I had to, make like strides and improve my body. If I wanted to play in the NFL, being able to keep up with those guys, speed and strength wise was something that was very important. So being here in Miami, something I took very serious was my diet and my workouts and stuff. And my trainers have been really good with that. They've helped me out a lot. They've given me a lot of knowledge, helped me intake the right supplements that will help me, and it's been a great experience so far.
Great, great. Now, being at the Shrine All Star game down in Frisco, Texas, how was the competition? You coming from HBCU, you playing in the MAC conference, you being all MAC, you being all Division II, everything. You was able to rack up a list of awards and trophies and All-American candidates. How does this feel about going against the competition of individuals that you actually see on TV? We're talking about power BCS schools. Those guys. This kind of like, hey, I played at Division I. This is who I am, and etc.
Initially you get there, you see all the schools, all the guys there, it's like, oh wow, guys come from here, come from there. But from my experiences, I was having played football for a long time, but a short time I played football. Something I learned was that a lot of people are defeated mentally before they're defeated physically. So getting there, obviously it's like, okay, cool, you come from Howard and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's still played on the same field, same stripes, same football. The ball didn't change because he went from SEC to the MEAC. So it's still the same old football. So just about trusting yourself, and you gotta like know that like you're here for a reason. You didn't just luck on into this. So my mindset when I was there the whole time is just to go compete. Whether it goes my way or it doesn't go my way, just go out there with great effort. And I felt like I definitely try to do that as best as possible.
I know that's right because I seen one particular play, and you actually went against, a outside linebacker, defensive end, stand up. It was a 5 technique. He didn't have his hand on the ground, and you demolished him. He just happened to be from University of Southern California. I said, "Wow, look at the name right here." Hey, listen, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. That's nothing but the truth. So you coming from an HBCU, what do you think you're actually doing in there? You're actually opening up the door for a lot of HBCU athletes. A lot of people are starting to watch HBCU athletes being drafted, getting noticed, getting that love. That's what the Gravedigger Report was made to, for HBCU athletes. It was made for the underdog. It was made for the walk-ons. It was made for the junior college, and it was also made for athletes that have that gut feeling that say, you know what, I can be able to play in the NFL and I'm going to progress. And most of the athletes that I have on here, I would say about 95% of them, they get the shot at this NFL because I'm able to actually see this film and go from there. But for yourself, you are transcending as of right now for Howard University. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, so Howard has been a school that's produced a lot of excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first got to Howard, I was searching up, who's a, before, I'm sure every kid does this, before you go to school, you check like who are the guys that went to NFL and stuff like that,
Yeah.
You want to see if like, that school's recruited by, NFL's teams and stuff like that. But, I went there, I seen it like, I couldn't remember, I think our last draft pick was probably Antoine Bethea. Yeah, so it's been a while, not to call him older either, but, it's been a while, somebody had to do it, and when I first got there, it's like, no, why not me? I just try to lock in and, do as much as I can. But to speak for what I'm doing right now, it's very motivational. I've had a couple HBCU guys reach out to me, to show support and stuff like that. And it's great, I feel like we need more of that in the HBCU environment, because we are each other's best supporters, and we have to be. We have to support each other.
Yep.
It's not like football is a little bit different. In the HBCU environment, it's all about culture, and it's like unlike other schools, like people may not be too knowledgeable of football, but they know good football when they see it.
Exactly.
So even this year, when we was like being having success as a team, we see a lot of support from the school. The students, they were coming to watch the games a little bit more. Some of them were actually talking about us, whether good or bad. It doesn't matter. At least they're talking about us. So I know that what I did, is just inspiration to everybody who plays at anywhere in the HBCU level, and even down to D2 level,
Mm-hmm.
to see what even Willie Drew is doing, the Senior Bowl, that's all like motivation, showing like, like it doesn't matter. We're D1, HBCU, FCS, whatever level it is. It's like if you just grind and lock in and stay focused, good things can always happen.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to find you. Definitely, like you said, shout out, to Willie Drew. He's doing his thing as well too. He's currently at the Reese's Bowl as well too. And he was actually down there at the Shrine Bowl, with you as well. Making some huge sounds across the field for scouts and also against great competition. Now for you, we know that the sauce has been hot. You were on here, on the platform in summer 2023. I was able to, to virtually, get that interview. I was able to see you in North Carolina Central and able to, see you down at Celebration Bowl. You did numbers down there. You had exceptional games. Like you said, Howard wasn't able to, pull it off, but that is the game that you went ahead and projected to move forward in your productivity to turn pro. How do you feel about Howard University, supporting you and moving forward? I know they have a huge fan base as far as for the academia level and also a lot of support as far as for athletics. And it seems to me that Howard is, doing some great things with their athletics. And I know they have been in contact with you. How does this feel for yourself as turning pro and representing Howard University, from a football and athletic standpoint?
Yeah, so of recent, Howard has seen a lot of success, from the football team to the basketball team to the track team, to the golf team, swimming team. It's just been a whole bunch of good things happening at Howard, and this is another one. And this won't be the first nor the last person. I won't be the first or the last person to do this. Obviously we have Kenny coming up, but we have some young boys on the team, that have been working really hard and grinding. So I feel like I'm just the start of it, and and it's like I'm happy to be able to show the guys in there that there's a way. And Howard has been really, really helpful. They've been super supportive. They've reached out to me, asked me if I needed anything. And I know right after the combine, I'll be returning to school on campus to help out with spring ball is going to come up, and obviously train down there. As my pro day will be in Howard.
Yeah. Which I would be at. Which I would definitely be at. Exactly.
Yeah, and I spoke to the coaching staff. It was really important. We felt like if there was ever a year to do a pro day at Howard, it was this year. I don't remember last time Howard had a pro day. Certainly hadn't had a pro day since I've been there. And so, it's just a lot of good things happening. And, right now, the HBC environment has been really hot lately. A lot of people are like starting to tune in a little bit more. And, one thing I heard a lot when I was in East Shrine Bowl was some guys will ask me sometimes, hey, where you go to school at? Howard? They're like, oh, wow, really? You went to Howard? I'm like, yeah. And then, I heard guys complimenting even Sonny from, Grambling, remember was at practice, that's like, yo, Sonny's really good. Like, I'm surprised he was at Grambling, And when you hear that statement, me being me, playing some of the HBCU competition, I know that, like, there's a lot of talent that people don't know about. It's about time, they find out about some of the guys there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, for yourself, we know that you're training, very hard, and you're in Miami. Can you tell us a little bit about, your training and your nutrition that's currently taken as of right now, and your preparation? And we're going to go directly into the NFL Combine. But this, preparation that you're doing, can you tell us what your day-to-day schedule looks like?
Yeah, so our day-to-day schedule is very busy. Training out here in Miami, we train with Pete, the Barmeritos Performance Systems. He's really good, man. He's a mastermind. He's trained a lot of noticeable guys. Trained guys like Le'Veon Bell, Chris Jones, Tariq Hill, Chris Lindstrom, Tyler Smith. You could go down the list. He's trained a lot of people, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Usually my day starts around 8:30. I'm usually there by 8:30. Usually don't get out until around like 4. So just a whole day of workouts, regen stuff, rehab stuff, and on some days we do interview prep, we do O-line drills. So it's just a full day that's full of exciting stuff that it's just gonna help you out, And the thing about it is that, like, you're doing it with a group of other great players, And one thing about this level is like you're motivated by greatness. You see a guy next to you, getting it. It makes you feel like, yo, I need to get it even harder. It kind of creates a little bit of competition too.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see, we're every day we're like, every other day we're running 40s and stuff. You want to see who's running faster. Checking out the film. So this experience has been great. I've met a lot of great players, and it's been a great experience so far.
Definitely. We used to have this thing, back in USC back in 2005, 2006, and also before me, but it was with Pete Carroll. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called Competition Tuesday.
Oh, I heard about that.
Exactly, right? So Competition Tuesday consists of the best goes against the best, and you will actually be taped. And then when you're taped on Wednesday, film rather, so for the listener, viewers, and followers, on Wednesday, we would showcase this to the whole team. So it was the best of the best going against each other on pass rush, the best of the best going against each other on 7-on-7. And if you were a wide receiver, rewind, if you were a defensive back, you knew not to, do 7-on-7 with a tight end, right? They'd be like, hold on, that doesn't count. You gotta go against a wide receiver, right? A spot or a wide out. But nonetheless, what it did, it built, camaraderie, it built that competition level. And it seems that that's what is taking place as of right now. So when you guys have that competition, you individually go into your own sectors, it's kind of like, hey, I am used to going to competition. And when you see someone, you're like, no, come on, I want to go and get shit. Yeah. And it's going to be taped and it's going to be great. And what I am doing is making that person better, but I also am making myself better, because we don't run for nothing when we're offensive lineman or defensive lineman. That is the reality. So let's talk about this NFL, combine invite. You're going to be an NFL, network. Your name is already buzzing. How does this feel coming from the HBCU? Is this a lot to take in? Scouts coming up to you, GMs coming up to you. We're talking about one-on-one personal workouts, being invited to different facilities to see Anim Dankwah.
Combine was, it was huge. It was big. It kind of like gave confirmation that, you're getting really close. And to relate it, it's like, when you go to the gym, you're working out, you start noticing, oh, my arms getting a little bigger now, and I want to go harder now. That's kind of like what that combine kind of did for me. It kind of like gave affirmation that, hey, you've been doing a lot of good stuff. It's time to even take it to another level. And it was great. The support was amazing. A lot of different people were hitting me up, congratulating me, and and I appreciated every one of them. But to me, it was more like, okay, like now it's really on. Like now it's really on, because now you've been put on center stage, and representing like HBCU. It kind of feels like like literally, like I'm literally holding like the fate of like HBCU. That's how it feels like to me right now. And to me, it's like nothing new. When you play online, it's like every play is like a defining moment, and it's like I know a lot of people me and my teammates are talking about it. It's like you could be a lineman and play 70 reps and literally lose one, and everybody thinks you're the worst lineman in the world. And so it's like the pressure is nothing new, and it's like, for me, I live for it. Like, it's exciting, and I know that all I have to do is just keep doing everything I've been doing, keep focusing up, and eventually, I'm gonna keep opening a path and setting a bigger standard for the HBCU guys.
Noted. If you had several words to say, not just the Howard University younger group of athletes, but we're talking about Division II, Division III, HBCU athletes, athletes that are starting. You haven't been playing football, not too long. And we spoke about that offline. That's a good trait, because at the end of the day, you don't have any bad habits. So everything that you'll learn it from initial standpoint, to be better. What can you say to these athletes that are coming out, that are going to these schools, that say, hey, you know what, if it's not top Division I or top D2, it's like I'm a bust. Or if I'm a junior college player, I'm in my dorm room. We're speaking to those kids. What can you say to those kids as of right now, sitting here talking about, hey, I'm going to the NFL. I have my NFL, combine invite. This is where I'm going. What can you say to those kids?
Yeah, so to all those kids, I'll tell them, past myself, just do your own research. Just look up the guys on the roster on the two Super Bowl teams that are about to play up, and you're gonna see a lot of junior college. You're gonna see some D2s. You're gonna see some low-level D1s that people haven't heard of, and there's a saying my coach has been saying to me: the cream always rises to the top, and it's like it doesn't matter what level you go to. It's like, at the end of the day, between us football players, we know a football player when we see one. A good football player when you see one. Doesn't matter what level he is. Yeah. We all know the guys who play in the SEC who probably couldn't play at the HBCU level. And we also know guys who are in the HBCU level who could definitely go play in the SEC level. So at the end of the day, it's like there's two levels of football. There's the whole media and the perception of the schools, and there's the football that happened between the lines. And at the end of the day, if you are at Bowie State or you at University of Georgia, at the end of the day, if you are going to put in the same work, and that work is going to carry you to success. And of course, the guy in Georgia might get looked more or whatever, but when you're that guy and you get your shots, show what you got against those guys. It's like, to you, that's everything. That's like your Super Bowl. You go ahead and you perform. So it doesn't matter what level you are at. Just stay the course. Focus up, and also like use external resources to help yourself. Ask questions. You can reach out to, coaches, watching a film of NFL guys, emulate those guys. And, eventually you see that you can find some success for yourself.
Definitely. One thing I can say, man, just to give you praise, man, I know that you're a big film person. You live in a film room, man. Mm-hmm. Your technique, your hand placement inside, the offense with the defensive lineman, your understanding, and actually what I see is that your sense of calmness on the field. And I was able to see that from the sideline. You don't let individuals get past you. You definitely know how to down block, and you definitely know how to be a field general. Do you think that, going into the NFL Combine and showcasing, this to the world on the NFL Network, do you feel that this would be able to, rise the stock coming from the East-West Shrine Bowl?
Yeah, so, the biggest question always to anybody who comes from a lower level is that, can you compete with the guys from the high level? And, it's like, obviously, a lot of things are going towards, measurables, having the look in the part and stuff like that. So, what the combine is going to do is just give another extra, and I got an extra tryout, to show to the scouts that, we can move with these guys. We could do everything that we need to do, as the same guys who are coming from Georgia or Ohio State or any other school. And, so I know in my mind that, it's like a showcase, it's nothing crazy. At the end of the day, we've done a lot to get to this point, just another step, into showing the scouts what we have. So I'm just super excited to go do that.
Noted. Now, here's a question, man, before we end. Growing up, being a football player, wanting to be a football player and seeing this position that you are as of right now, is there any NFL team that you're kind of like, this is where I would like to land? This is the city that I would like to be a part of. This is the organization I would like to be a part of. This is the team that I would like to wear because of the colors and because of the fans and also because of the organization and also because, this is my dream. Is there a particular team?
Yeah, for me, there's no particular team. Playing the NFL is a blessing. You understand. You're about to go to a level where literally everybody in the NFL is like top of top, best of the best. I know people look at the NFL from back home and be like, oh, like, for example, the Jets are not very good and stuff like that. But it's like, yo, if you go in real life and see some of these players, you would be surprised. Like, these are some top players. So no matter where I land, you know, I'm just gonna be excited, you know, to go work with a team and, you know, improve my talent, you know, learn from the veterans over there. So for me, I just want to go to a team who has very supportive veterans that are willing to help, because I'm damn sure willing to learn.
Easy money. We out here working. What's happening? We out here working. Gravedigger Report.